So here we go. This is the first time I've done this in a while, guys. Yay! This is my first live stream of 2020. I know I'm kind of late on the drive, but I needed to come back. I needed to do some drawing, and so here it is. Today on the podcast conversations about dot dot dot, we were we were talking about some characters from Jingle Rascals, awesome Jingle Rascals, and his brother Spider Rascals, awesome series that they're working on. And so I wanted to kind of do a fan art in celebration of the project that they were talking about. So I wanted to do that, and so this is what this is. So basically, I'm going to come in and kind of start laying this out. Just want to kind of work this area to start with. Got to go in and do some tightening up of some things. So I hope you guys will enjoy it. This is. I'm not gonna say I'm rusty, but this is definitely been a bit since I've been doing the live stream. So don't hurt me too bad on here while I'm doing it. So I'm looking back and forth periodically just to check and see if there are messages. So the character I am drawing is one of Jingle and Smiler's characters. The name of the character is Bad News. She's one of the characters from the book that they're working on, from the story that they're working on, rather. I say book, from the story that they're working on. And, we were talking about different things about it. I was just amazed by how much they had put into this and how much they're working on it and different things like that. So I was like, well, I feel like I would like to draw this character, one of the characters from it. So I am drawing Bad News. The way they've written this, she kind of is and kind of isn't the main character from what I understood, because she's really the first character they kind of introduced me to. But the fact that this is a team of girls and they're all learning from each other, so that's really going to be cool and neat and a little different. So anyway, how's everybody doing? How's everybody doing this, watching this? Any exciting things going on in your world artistically? I'm curious. Anything you guys are working on while I'm doing this? Or anything you guys are working on, period, in your world? I'd love to hear about it. Been doing a lot of podcasts lately. Been doing about 1 to 2 a week. So that's been pretty cool. The Rascal Brothers have been able to jump on me for some of them. And then with other ones, we've been able to have some interviews and stuff. So, and by the way, I'd just like to say for people that watch this video, if you'd like to be interviewed on the podcast, please do me a favor, message me and let me know. I'd love to interview you. I know I've got a lot of, I think in one of the intros to one of the episodes, I actually said, one of the coolest things about this life is that I know some really dope people. So I want to give them a chance to kind of tell their story while I, been introduced to them and different things like that. So I feel like that's kind of cool. So that's one of the reasons why I wanted to start podcasting, is to kind of talk to people that I know, that I have benefited from knowing, so to speak. And so I think that's really cool. Haven't done one of these in a while, so it's a little bit different. A little bit, what's the word I'm looking for? It's a little bit daunting. Like I said, I hadn't really done this since, late last year is the last time I think I did a live stream. So it's really kind of cool to see that. I'm trying to make adjustments, so bear with me just a minute. It seems like every time I do a live stream, I'm always having to make some sort of adjustment to the system. Okay, the current sample rate is 0. Okay, so it's not even, I don't even know if it's recording or not. If you're seeing this and would like to just let me know, that would be great. I greatly appreciate that. So I kind of make sure you're hearing me properly and everything. I'm not understanding. Streamlabs seem to have stuff I could pull up the menu a lot quicker. There you go. Okay. So I'm going to change my settings a little bit. So bear with me just a second, guys. Because I thought I had my settings set where this was supposed to be. So I'm just going to do that real quick while I work on this. So, like I said, tell me about your project, tell me anything you're working on. I'd really love the chance to hear what you guys are doing. Let's try to lower that down a little bit. Let's see if maybe that would help. I had a rate setting in here when I did this. I really wish they had a way to where you could just go in and set this up once and then be done with it, or you could go in and say scan my stuff and then let me know what my stuff is doing. So that way I won't be so confused when I'm trying to work on it. That's kind of where I want to go with it. Like I said, I'd like to get a chance to kind of hear you guys' thoughts on this as I'm doing it. If there's anything you have been working on, that'd be awesome. Love to hear some of those things that you guys are working on personally. Haven't gotten much in the way of response yet, but that's okay. That's part of the fun of doing a live stream. Sometimes you get the responses, sometimes you don't. And so you try to do everything you can to move on one way or the other. And you let the work speak for itself. So, anyway, I was hoping that Jingles and them would get a chance to get in here because I wanted them to kind of talk more about the character. I didn't want to talk about it because I don't want to mess the whole thing up. If I could get in to talk about the character, I could talk about what I remember from the interview. But the best way to do this, by the way, is go check out Conversations About ... the latest episode. That should be up probably in the next little bit. I've got some other editing to do on my end before I upload it. So once I get that done, it will be available for you on Apple, Google Play, and all that fun stuff. All those fun places where you listen to podcasts. And you can let the fellows know what you feel about the project and everything. I'm sure they would appreciate the feedback. So, anyway, I wanted to do this version of Bad News. It's kind of it's a little bit different from the design they initially showed me. I had a chance to see a little bit of the design from the character, so I wanted to kind of put my spin on it. Okay. I'm not for sure if people are able to see this and say no response at all. Maybe it's just because people are so not used to me live streaming. Maybe it's just, they're kind of like, well, I don't know what the situation is. So, kind of create this puffiness of the jacket here, get that puffy effect. Back when everybody used to wear puffy jackets. Just imagine it's kind of a wintry day. Unfortunately, some people are having really wintry days. Other people not so much. Some people, if you're in like Texas and there's some places in Texas that it's like 60, 70 degrees right now. And there are other places where it's just really, really cold. Checking to see if I got any responses back. I don't think I do. Yeah, either that or I've missed them. I usually don't miss them. Usually they stay on screen, and I know I put up a little chat bubble on there so that way it would stay up, but maybe this time it's just not working right. I don't know. But anyway, we're going to continue to draw this. We're going to put this out there and get it done. So, put Bad News on there. I like it's on a jacket. And of course, it's anything in any type of derby sport you may or may not know, but they say it's customary that the person that gets the name doesn't normally get their own name. Like, they don't normally create their own name. Normally the name is it's usually done through acts or something like that, some kind of way. Somebody ends up usually naming you the name that you get. So I think it's really cool that this character, at least, they talked about the fact that she didn't create the name she got. Basically, somebody else overheard somebody call her that. And at that point, that was how she got the name Bad News. I kind of imagine it's like, man, you run into her, man, it's gonna be bad news for you. So that's kind of the idea there. So, and probably do a little inking on this. I did some blue line to lay down the basic stuff there, but then coming back in and up and over it, so that way I could go in and put a few more creases and stuff in the jacket. That way it creates more of like this kind of rubbery appeal to it. Alright, get down to the pants here, go ahead and I honestly thought this would work out a lot better than this one. But that's okay, like I said, I've got to get my sea legs back anyway for doing live stream, so maybe this is what, maybe people probably aren't expecting it. I know somebody was saying earlier, they were like, well, I didn't even see a notification for it. It went live for a second, but it didn't have anything on the screen when it went live, so maybe that's where part of that interesting stuff came from. So let me get a little bit bigger of a pen nib so I can go in and try to do some other work as far as the news goes. I kind of imagine this being being more of like going from like a regular print to more like a graffiti style print in a way. So that's kind of where that goes. Just looking for. I think I had a pen with a bigger nib on it, but I think I may have knocked it down somewhere. I'm not for sure. Because I had it at one point, and now I don't. So I'll have to play this a little bit differently. So kind of play with the type a little bit as I do it. See kind of where that goes. Kind of where maybe part of it's really tiny and other parts of it are really really big and kind of in your face with it. Let me lay down some bigger blacks there. Kind of start working in some of the shadows and such. So I know, for example, we're going to kind of, and I'm just not doing well with these markers today. So like I always get the markers. It's like I think I'm getting markers that are good and have a lot of ink in them. Really free flowy and all that stuff. But then it's just like, nope, you're not. Lay out some shadow there. Especially since, we're in it. But it's coming, I like so it's kind of coming from this angle, so I want to make sure that my darks are kind of dark there from where they're supposed to come from. So this is the idea I'm working with. Kind of putting some more blacks in there. I'm really trying to learn how to do better with my colors and stuff like that. So until I get to that point where I feel really good about what kind of color I want, I don't want to mess. It's not that I don't want to mess with Photoshop a whole lot. It's just I don't want to depend on it. Like I want to get my stuff better. I want to get my stuff looking cleaner and crisper before I get to the point where it's like, okay, now you're gonna go and do the Photoshop stuff. It's gonna be all that cool and everything. So that's kind of where this is going. Create a definitive shadow there. Come back. I'm gonna see. I should have some more Sharpies. So I'm trying to see if maybe I can get a better, crisper Switch it out a little bit. That way I can get a nice dark shadow lines across there. That way, like I said, when I do color it at some point, I'll be able to make sure that the stuff pops from this way. It's kind of fun to go with it. That's the idea, at least. Like I said, it may not be the best idea in the world, but that's the plan going forward. I'm kind of wondering if maybe this isn't alerting people about the live stream. I'm kind of wondering if maybe that's the situation. It keeps talking about sample rates, but I have no idea what sample rates are as far as this goes. I really wish that the program itself would come with its own tutorial. It's like it's one thing to look up stuff on YouTube and try to figure stuff out. But it's another thing, like if it comes with its own thing, like, okay, so let's scan everything, see what your best settings are based on your internet and such. So then it would scan it and then be like, okay, yeah, we're scanning. And then we're, okay, your best settings are here, here, and here. So I'm really wondering if people just don't know. It may be part of it due to like the fact that I haven't really done a live stream in a while, so maybe YouTube is going like, well, is this person really doing a live stream? There's another live stream since, 2019. Is he really doing one? I don't know. So maybe that's it. I don't know for sure. I wish I did. But as you guys see this on the playback, please check it out. Let me know what you think. Good, bad, indifferent. We'll take all of it in the approach to get better. Yeah, this one's definitely trying out. One bad thing about using Sharpies when you're inking is that they don't last really long if you're covering big splotches of space. Like I tend to do, especially when I draw a lot bigger stuff, I tend to cover a lot bigger spots. So I don't tend to burn through Sharpies pretty quick. So, there we go. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Nice, crisp, big, sharp lines there. I keep seeing stuff going on the screen there. I'm not for sure. Like I said, again, I'm not for sure if people are being notified of stuff. If they're not, I'm not for sure what's going on. We're just going to keep rolling. Okay, now I got another thing on the screen again. I promise y'all, one of these days I'm going to get this stuff working proper. It's going to be beautiful when it does. Anyway. Alright, so let's go ahead and get in here a little bit. Even though the light source is going to be coming from here, the inside of the jacket's not going to have a whole lot of light going in it. So I want to kind of get the inside of the jacket as well. I'm trying to replace stuff. I want to make sure not to knock anything down. So we're going to leave a little bit of light right there, so that way light's still hitting the edge of the jacket cuff. Alright. Let me tighten this part up here at the top here, because I don't like the fact that that's kind of leaving that hanging. especially around our face. I want to make sure that our face still looks like it's supposed to be there. Kind of want the shadow to kind of bring in and tighten the face out a bit, but not like be a splotch on the face. You know what I mean? See if I can tighten up some little spots of white here. Block out this section. And then shadow there. Let's see if anybody needs to do some shadows on the other side. Bring this down a bit. Just going to tighten up these darks a little bit on the edge. And bring that in on that end. Bring that in on that end. Alright, coming in with my lines for my hair. Since the hair is here. He's got kind of the big strand of hair right here that's kind of hugs to the sides, so a little bit of line work just to show it continues. And there we go. We're gonna leave it there. We're gonna kind of play it there and let it stay. Like I said, I'm gonna work on these live streams and make them a little bit better, so that way in the future, when people come into them, they see them and they're able to stay with it. And as always, again, thank you for everybody that came in and checked it out. Everybody that comes in and checks it out later, I greatly appreciate you. Above all else, guys, do me a favor, be blessed, be a blessing to somebody. Take care, guys.